Kyohei Sakaguchi hobonichi collab for 2026 might be my favorite one so far. The story behind this one is so cool to me, so we're going to talk a little bit about it, but first let's show you the product lineup. First, we have this cover for the A6 and A5. This might be my week's. I'm not sure yet, but it's a contender for sure. This is beautiful. Then we have this A5 notebook, and it is landscape oriented. Small lineup, this is it. So now let's talk a little bit about the story. This is a brief overview if you want to quickly pause it. So essentially, a hobonichi product designer in 2020 saw a photo of this guy on Twitter, and it made him stop in his tracks, and it ended up being a pastel art piece from this artist. But a few years passed and he hadn't reached out yet, and so in summer of 2024, this artist ended up having a connection with hobonichi and had this interview scheduled, and then it kind of just fate aligned. And then they reached out and the artist said, let's try it out. So then they started the planning process. And the artist was essentially like, hey, I have a bunch of pieces of work in this museum. Why don't you just like sift through and let me know if you think any of those would work? And so then the product planner narrowed it down from a lot. Narrowed it all the way down to 68, and then he started putting them in these layouts to see which one resonated and stuck with him. I think this is cool to like see this planning process. Next bit is my favorite. So up here it says that this artist in elementary school created his own original stationery line and would sell it to his classmates. That's so stinking cute. And they eventually settled on the idea of skies because I'd love to see this sky every day. And I love this letter from the artist that was at the end of this article. So at the top it says, I'm surprised my artwork has made it onto a hobonichi techo, and yet I might have been feeling somewhere in the back of my mind that it might happen someday. I've used the techo myself and I feel like I owe a lot to it. I hope others decide to keep this and feel the same way I have. I just love the whole story behind this collection, and I think that week's is just gorgeous. It might end up being the one that I go with. So let me know what you guys think of this collection. Are you going to be getting any of these products? If you're not, are you thinking of getting one of the ones we've already seen, or are you going to continue waiting? I'm going to keep posting about Hobonichi's announcements throughout the month of August, so make sure that you're following me. Bye.